backgrounds graphics here. I hope you all are doing so awesome. In today's lesson, we are going to be looking at how to design a church program flyer using a Pixellab application. This tutorial will present you with an opportunity to learn the awesome trick of blending your backgrounds on Pixellab. So stay with us, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification to make sure that you always receive updates whenever we drop other amazing tutorials. That said, let's get started. I'm going to begin everything afresh. Let's delete this text, then go now to these three dots here to permit you set the size. So we're going to use a size of 1050, okay, and click here on backgrounds, and we're going to bring a texture background first of all. So you're going to check on the video description. I will be leaving the link to all of these resources from there. So this is the background that we are using. Now you're going to click on the check mark, and here we have this texture background. But we're not just going to work with this background alone. As you can see, we're going to bring another background, and this is where the awesome trick of blending backgrounds comes to play. So we're going to click on this middle button, import another overlay. So here I have this other background. Let's size it up to fit the entire design area so that it can look like an overlay on top of the first. Then let's bring in the trick now, which is just to go to opacity and reduce the opacity of this to about 40 or thereabout, so that it can perfectly blend with the first background. And as you can see, everything is now set. So let's import. Let's start importing the images of the men of God that we're using. Like I said, all of the images are provided through the video description. The link is there, just get it from there. So this will be the focus, like is the main pastor for this event. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. There are three pastors that are involved in this convention. It's an Easter convention, so I'm going to bring in the other men of God. All right, so this is the other element, or the other image, sorry. I'm going to crop this here, and since this is not the focus, let's reduce this a little bit. All right, and after reducing it, we are going to push it to the back of this image. Then we can even send it a little bit closer. Now let's go and import the image of the last man of God, which is this one. And then we are going to reduce this also in size, and where you see the head alignment or the height should be the same height, so you can just position them to make sure that they are aligning. So let's send this to the back also. All right, then we can shift this outward so that it can be visible also, at least. All right, so let's shift this, and let's shift this also. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, the images need to be blended with the background. So how do we do that? So look at what we're going to do. Pay close attention here. Click on shapes. So let's create something like a blur that can help to blend the images with the background. So click on that shape, go to gradient, click on the plus button. Now click on this first color, click here and click here. This is a trick that I've used severally and is proven. Okay, we have reduced the opacity of this completely. Look at that, what we just did. Then click OK, and this is an awesome blending trick that I've been using, and it's proven to be working. It's efficient. So we are using this fourth gradient pattern. All right, then click here and shift this closer and click OK. So we have this, and what we are going to do is to go to color, enable your color, but then we are going to pick the color from the background. So just click here and use your color picker to pick the color from the background. So look at where we are picking the color here, this portion of the background. So we have this, and as you can see, all right, we're going to position it here. So let's increase it in size, then we copy it, we copy. So you are just basically going to be copying and pasting until you are satisfied. All right, okay, so we're going to mesh them. Go to layer and mesh everything together, so that we can have one particular block. Then copy it, make a copy of it. As you can see, you can now increase it in size so that it can be broad enough. Okay, then position this here also. All right, good. So let's shift this down a bit. It should not be too much. So let's copy this again, reduce it in size. I hope as you are following the tutorial, you must have subscribed to the channel. If not, please kindly do so. So we're shifting this. Okay, so if you look carefully, these images are not balanced. So we're going to go to layer and select the 3 images of the man of God. Click on this position button to make sure that it's perfectly aligned to the middle. I hope you can now see what I'm talking about. So everything is in the middle. Let's shift this a little bit closer. All right, let's shift this downward also. I think it's too much closed. Okay, good. So now let's go to layer and lock all of these elements so that they don't disturb when we are doing other important things. Now after achieving this, the next trick that we are going to do is to create an awesome overlay by going to shape. All right, let's select a circle, then reduce the opacity of the circle completely, give it a stroke, then the stroke color should be this same color that we're using down here. Now reduce the circle. All right, reduce the circle like this, make it smaller like this. Now you can increase it. So increase it. So look at what we're doing. All right, just pay close attention to what we are doing here. So let's reduce it a bit. Okay, now use relative position to make sure this is stuck to the middle. Then reduce the opacity of this. Okay, let's reduce the opacity of this. Let's increase the shape again. So we can reduce the opacity to about 40% also, or let's just say 45 is good. Then using relative position, make sure that it is on the middle. Okay, so this is another awesome trick that you are learning. Now everything is set. The next thing that we're going to do now is to start bringing the typography, and once more I'm going to bring in the logo for this church program. So it's an Easter convention program organized by the World Revival Faith Ministry. So this is their logo. I'm going to position it here. All right, So after positioning it there, just go to shapes, select this square shape, then we're going to create a small tiny line here. Alright, so let's bring in the name of the church. It's World Revival Faith Ministry International. World Revival Faith Ministry. So let's just put everything in capital letters. And this is the name of the church. And now we're going to go to fonts. And the font that we're using is a font called the Rockford Sans Light. Let's reduce this in size. World Revival Faith Ministry International. So let's copy the text again and write Easter Convention. So this is their Easter Convention that is coming up. Easter Convention should also be in capital letters. Alright, but then we're going to increase the size of this Easter Convention to about 30 so that it can be a focal point. Go to your style and bold this up. So let's make it bold. Let's just align the text here properly. So I'm using position button to do those tiny adjustment chores there. You can as well use your position button to achieve the same result. Alright, so we have Easter Convention. It's for their Easter Convention, okay? So let's shift this shape once more a little bit down. Okay, good. I think it's perfect now. Good. So what's the theme? So let's write this. Okay, before we write the theme, let's write the name of the man of God. So let's go to shapes once again. Let's do some color gradients. All right, but then let's go to shapes, select this shape. Okay, that shape is too small, so let's edit it out. Okay, let's just take a new one. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's write the name. I'm going to copy this text to maintain the same letter. So the name of this pastor. So the name of this is let's just abbreviate this, Apostle David Nkem. This is a Nigerian name, so shout out to all our viewers or subscribers from Nigeria. So we're just going to break this into 2 lines, then go to line spacing and reduce the spacing in between to about -9, and come to your color and let's mix out these colors. Okay, let's mix this color with this. So I'm using this color here. All right, pay attention, this color. Okay, good. And I have this principle: whatever you do to the right, do the opposite to the left. So that's why I'm going to copy this line. Let me first of all reduce the size of this line a bit. Oh my god, I think we have an issue there. Let me bring out the line again. It's still too big. I want just something very small, not too much, guys, but then it's giving me small headache. All right, we're going to get that, trust me. We're going to get that. I just want a small tiny line. Oh, that's still too much. What the hell is happening? Okay guys, so let's take this once again. Let me just do this. All right, I think I'm okay with that. So we can just shift this letter downwards a bit. Okay, so I was saying whatever you do to the left, do the same thing to the right. So I'm going to copy this line, and using position button, I will bring it very much closer to the first line. Align it properly so that they can fall on the same line. That way you will be able to follow the same alignment. Okay, now we're going to shift this right down here, right to this right side. Okay, then we also copy this and write the name of the other man of God. So this is Brother Jude Ndifon, a Cameroonian name. Brother Jude Ndifon. So I'm going to break this also into 2 lines. All right, then I will go now to my style, and I'm going to use this, the right alignment. Then using a position button, bring this and position it just like so. All right, everything is fine. So we're going to go back to shape, select a circle, and let's give it this same color, but this time around let's reduce it in size a bit. So this is going to host the name of this other pastor, who is of course the main man of God. So for him, the name is Pastor Divine Adebi. So it's still a Nigerian name. Shout out to all of you watching from Nigeria. I love the support you guys give to this channel. So let's change the color to this. All right, then let's go back to alignment. We are using middle alignment for this. Then bring it closer to make sure that it falls to the shape. So let's reduce this so it can fit so well into our shape. All right, so Pastor Divine Adebi, this is the main pastor for this Easter convention program. So now let's bring in the theme of the event. So let's write theme, and I'm going to use a script font here, and the name of the font is called the Jacqueline. All right, the Jacqueline font. But then I think let's go and edit this into small letters. Okay, everything should be in small letters, so we can increase this a bit. Then use your paddling. Paddling occurs when some parts of the text are hidden, like that you can see here. So we click on paddling and paddle it to the left and right as well. Okay, then let's shift this up. Use relative position to make sure that it's on the middle. All right, then let's bring in the theme, and for the theme I'm going to use a script font, a decorative font here. The theme is Revival. I'm first of all going to go with this arrow. Then let me go to color, and I just want to create a gradient color for this. Okay, there is this orange and reddish gradient that is so good. Click on the plus button, click on this first color, click here. Let's go. So I first of all love to go with this orange. Then let's do the same thing and give it out this somewhat reddish gradient. Okay, then let's go to our font, and the font I'm using today is called the Cinza Decorative Black. All right, Cinza Decorative Black. So let's increase the size of this drastically, as you can see. So the same paddling issue that I was talking about has occurred here. So how do we resolve that? Right, you can see that some part of the text is not showing. So go to paddling, and let's paddle this out so we can see completely. All right, I believe you can now see. So let's reduce this a bit. So the theme, let's shift this down a bit. Then we're going to copy this text and write Revival. So we already write arrow, so we are left with EVIVA. So we are going to skip A also by 2 lines, then we just write L. I will show you why. All right, make this all to be in capital letters. So here we are. We're going to reduce this in size and position it here so nicely. I hope all you can see what is happening here. All right, so let's increase the spacing again. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to import a fire element. This fire element is often used in church program flyers. It helps to bring some beauty into the design. So here we are with the fire element. I'm just going to reduce this in size, then we position it here. Okay, Revival. All right, so this is the technique that we have been using. Go back to your layer. So what we're going to do is to make sure that all of these texts are to the middle. All right, so I have Revival. Okay, so it's a Revival. That's the theme for the program. And what we're going to do next is to copy this and write the date. So the program is happening on the 20th, from the 29th to the 31st of March. So all of this should be in capital letters. Then shift this up. Then we're going to copy this and write March. Please kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure to like the tutorial and also to drop your comments. I will be reading through. It might interest you to tell us where you are watching us from this day. I will surely be reading through your comments so I can pick 2 or 3 persons and give them a shout out in our next tutorial. So I'm going to increase the size of this. Okay, make the match to be visible enough. Okay, I think 35, it's okay. So I have match. All right, now we're going to go to shapes, select this, we're going to create another tiny line here. I hope this time around we get it right. So we're going to change the color to the gradient that we just created, and let's copy this text and write the timing. So morning, within these days, mornings, the program will start as from 8 a.m. all right, let's make this to be in capital letters. Then it rotated by error, so we undo the rotation ourselves. Then we place this here, then we copy this once again and write evenings. So it's a 2-shift program, morning and evening sessions. For evening session, it will be coming up as from 6 p.m. daily from the 29th to the 31st of March for the Easter Convention program. So neatly we are going to position this here, and to make sure that it aligns also perfectly with every other element. Now look at what we're going to do. We're going to go to layer and select all of this text, use relative position. Oh my goodness, we did not select all. Right, so let's just undo it. Let's go to layer, select all of this text, okay, and group it. Then we can shift it up a bit because we still have other details. All right, so we shift this up. Now neatly we are going to bring a torn paper element here. Okay, I have one awesome torn paper here. Don't worry, I will leave it through the link provided on the video description. You can just check it from there. So we're going to reduce the size of this, and we're using this to bring in the venue of the program. All right, so use relative position. You can tilt it like just like what I'm doing. Okay, all right, so I think we can send some of this text up. We can send this text up, so we need some space down there. Okay, we need some space. Okay, good. So now I'm going to shift this theme down. Okay, good. So we can even have enough space to do whatever we want to do down here. All right, use relative position and make sure that it's centralized to the middle as well. All right, so guys, as you follow the tutorial, please kindly subscribe to the channel, like the tutorial. All right, like the tutorial, and be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss out whenever we bring other amazing tutorials. So I'm going to go to shape. I select this circle, and let me just reduce the opacity. All right, but we're not creating the same kind of shape that we created earlier. This time around we want to create something different. Give it a stroke width of 16 and change the stroke color to this same kind of color. All right, so you can bring it here. Don't worry, you're going to see why we are using this. So I'm going to bring the location icon, and so we are using this location icon. All right, just reduce it in size. Using position button, you move it closer to this. So we are going to reduce this drastically. Let's just reduce this very well, and let's reduce it further so that it can fit well into that shape. Now go give it the same gradient kind of color that we created. Okay, good. So now let's write the venue. So we are copying this text, double tap to write because we want to maintain the same kind of font. All right, so it's happening at the World Revival Faith Ministry. Auditorium, opposite Eric Moore, Lagos, Nigeria. So for Nigeria. Okay, so good. This is it here, and we're going to change the color to this. Then we'll break it into 2 lines, and somehow let's increase this in size so it can be visible enough. But then go to your alignment, click on alignment and use a middle alignment for this. Okay, then you can now bring it here, and boom, everything is set for the church program flyer design. So this is just how you can design this World Revival Faith Ministry Easter Convention church program flyer, which will be holding on the theme revival at their church auditorium opposite Eric Moore in Lagos, Nigeria. I hope today's lesson was very much helpful. Sorry the video had to be this long, but then I tried just to let you guys know the various tricks that are involved in doing all of this. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and make sure to save your video before you go. All right, I will be seeing you in the next tutorial. Thank you so much. It's Don's Graphics.